Welcome in, Wildcat fans, to the Johnson & Wales University Wildcat Center. We have senior night for men's and women's basketball tonight. We'll get things kicked off with senior night activities for women's basketball, which will take place here momentarily. We will turn things over to our public address announcer, Chris Plano, who will MC the ceremony here tonight. We have a special performance of the Black National Anthem as well, as we honor our 4 graduating seniors in women's basketball tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Johnson & Wales University Wildcat Center on senior night, where this evening your Wildcats will host the Owls from Warren Wilson College. Before the start of this evening's women's basketball game, I would like to direct everyone's attention to center court at this time as we recognize our 4 graduating seniors this evening from our 2019-2020 women's basketball team. I'm joined at center court by Athletic Director Trudy Lacey, as well as women's basketball coach Ashley Rayleigh Ross and Jackie Grant for this special ceremony. Our first graduating senior this evening, number 22, Shannon Martin. Shannon, a senior shooting guard from Dalzell, South Carolina. Shannon has appeared in 79 games over the past 4 years for the Lady Wildcats, entering tonight's match. She has started 12 games this season, acts as one of the 2 team co-captains. Martin was a member of the 2018 USCAA National Championship team and was recognized as a 3-point shooting contest winner at the 2019 National Championships. As a shooting guard, Shannon has scored 445 points in her career to date, leading her 8th all-time ranked. She averages 2.8 3-point field goals per game, which ranks her 6th in the country, and has totaled 55 3-point field goals on the season, ranking her 4th nationally. On her career, she has totaled 2 20-point games, one of which came in the performance versus North Carolina A&T, a Division I school up the road in Greensboro, North Carolina. She has also claimed 6 rebounds in a recent game against South Carolina Faith A&M. Martin currently is majoring in culinary arts and food service management, and upon graduation aspires to work in the student affairs department within higher education. She's accompanied this evening by her parents, Bill Martin and Mary Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Shannon Martin. Our next graduating senior, number 1, Justice Wallace. A senior small forward from Concord, North Carolina, Justice has appeared in 89 games over the past 4 seasons for the Lady Wildcats, entering tonight's game. She has started in 18 games this season and has been a part of 60 wins during her JWU career, 2nd best in school history. Wallace also was a member of the 2018 USCAA National Championship team. Wallace has reached several milestones, including but not limited to 597 points in her career to date, ranking her 6th all-time, recovering 416 rebounds, ranking 5th all-time, and 36 blocks, placing her 3rd. On her career, Justice has reached a season high of 34 points in the game against South Carolina Faith A&M this past December. She has also claimed 14 rebounds in the same match, which remains her highest to date. Wallace is currently majoring in sports entertainment and event management, and upon graduation aspires to attend nursing school with aspirations to becoming a registered nurse. She is accompanied by her parents this evening and siblings, Deanna Troll, Michael Wallace, Destiny Wallace, and Addie Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Justice Wallace. Our next graduating senior, number 23, Jada Morgan. Jada, a senior guard from Durham, North Carolina, has appeared in 89 games over the past 4 years, entering tonight's match. She has started in 19 games this season and has scored 547 points in her career to date, ranking her 7th all-time. Morgan was a member of the 2018 USCAA National Championship team. As a guard, she leads her team in assists with 108 overall, ranking her 5th of all time. She has recorded 266 total rebounds, ranking her 7th all time. On her career, Jada has reached a season high of 22 points in her game against Villa Maria College this past December. She has also claimed 20 rebounds against Morris College and a personal season high on November 19th. Morgan currently is majoring in sports entertainment and event management, and upon graduation, she plans to attend graduate school for computer science and use her degree to pursue a longtime goal of becoming a sports analyst. She's accompanied by her mother, Crystal Morgan, her father, James Morgan, her sister, Kayla Morgan, and Chase Muhammad. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Jada Morgan. And our final graduating senior, number 32, Anisha Hankerson. A senior forward from Charlotte, North Carolina, Anisha has been a part of 61 wins during her career with the Lady Wildcats, the best in school history. This season, Hankerson acts as one of the team co-captains. She's achieved a number of outstanding achievements over her 4 years, including but not limited to being the 2018 USCAA Second Team All-American, 2019 First Team All-American, a two-time USCAA National Player of the Week, two-time EMAC Player of the Week, and the 2018 USCAA National Championship Tournament MVP. Hankerson was also an essential member of that national championship team and was named to the 2019 USCAA National Championship All-Tournament team the following year. As a forward, Hankerson has scored 1,239 points in her career, ranking her first all-time. She leads the league in total rebounds at 949, total blocks at 116, both first all-time, and steals at 132, ranking her third. On her career, Hankerson has reached a season high of 29 points in her game against Bob Jones University this past January. Recovered a season high of 20 rebounds on 3 different occasions, and most recently in the game against Mid-Atlantic Christian University this past Saturday, achieved a season high of 8 blocks against Bob Jones. Hankerson is currently majoring in fashion merchandising and retailing, and upon graduation, she plans to obtain her cosmetology license and establish her own business entitled Anisha's Hair House. She's accompanied this evening by her mother, Regina Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, Anisha Hankerson.
All right, fans, there you have it. Our senior night ceremonies for women's basketball concluding, as we'll get things underway here in just a moment. Warren Wilson comes into this game with a record of 8-10, 4-1 in the EMAC, and they are ranked number 15 in the latest USCAA coaches poll that just came out this afternoon. So this will be a top 15 matchup. The Wildcats themselves ranked number 13. They come in with a record of 9-11 and are 3-2 in EMAC conference play. These two teams last met up in Swannanoa on January 29th. A tight game all the way through that the Owls were able to pull out 84-72 over the Wildcats. So Johnson Wells will be looking to even up the season series tonight, while Warren Wilson will be looking to improve to 5-1 and cement their place atop the EMAC standings. So it should be a good one between these two teams, as it normally is. As a final pictures being taken there, and parents, well-wishers, family members departing the court. Beautiful posters of each player in action, as well as many bouquets of flowers and balloons being exchanged there. So certainly a great time for everyone involved, but we've got some basketball to play, and we're getting ready for that here in just a moment. So it is February, and with that brings Black History Month. We will have a singing of the Black National Anthem prior to the start of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hat as we honor our country with the singing this evening of the African American National Anthem. It'll be sung by Gerard Azad. Let's give it up for Gerard as he makes his way to the center court area.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the faith that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
All right, let's give it up once again for Gerard Azad. Great job, Gerard. All right. Now for the starting lineup for tonight's women's basketball match on senior night here this evening. First for the visiting Owls of Warren Wilson College. A 5'1" senior playing guard from Northport, Florida, number 1, Kajada McCoy. A 5'8" sophomore at guard from Franklin, North Carolina, number 12, Sam Hoyle. A 6'2" sophomore at center from Durham, North Carolina, number 15, Alania Black. A 5'6" junior shooting guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 24, Kaylee Mayo. And a 5'4" junior at guard from Ludwig, Georgia, number 25, Maleka Elix. Warren Wilson College head coach Robin Martin. She's assisted by Terry Gossett. All right, Wildcat fans, let's get on your feet and greet your Johnson & Wales University Wildcats. A 5'6" freshman at guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 5, Kiera Scott. A 5'8" sophomore at guard from Sugar Hill, Georgia, number 10, Jemiah Montesol. A 5'10" junior at forward from Antiem, Pennsylvania, number 15, Christine Epler. A 5'7" freshman at forward from Cary, North Carolina, number 21, Micah Thomas. And in her final home game here at Johnson & Wales, Charlotte, a 6' senior at forward from Huntersville, North Carolina, team co-captain number 32, Anisha Hankerson. Your Wildcats are coached in her first season by Ashley Rayleigh Ross. She's assisted by Jackie Grant. The team manager is Monesty Hall, and tonight's guest coach is College of Hospitality Manager Professor Jeff Longo.
All right, fans, there you have it, the starting lineups for the last home game of the season for women's basketball. Wildcats getting ready to tip it up with the Owls of Warren Wilson, and for the call of tonight's action, we'll turn you over to the voice of the Wildcats, Kelly Turner.
All righty, here we go. Wildcats on the floor in white. Warren Wilson in blue at the tip. Wildcats will have first possession. Out with it now is Montesol, gives it up back to Kiera Scott. Kiera Scott to take, had an open lane, gives it up to Montesol, steps in for that jumper, no good. Offensive rebound and the putback for Epler as the Wildcats are on the board first.
Epler was a monster on the boards on Saturday against MacU, and she's carrying that through to tonight quickly with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Off the double, out of bounds.
Good defense there by Montesol, has knocked that pass away. So Wildcats in a aggressive man-to-man defense to open up here.
It'll be Sam Hoyle in the corner to inbound for the Owls. Finds Elix, back to Hoyle, brings it back out. From three, no good, rebound Epler. Top of the key, they find Epler, gives it back to Scott. Hankerson set up on the left block, pass gets deflected. Hoyle has a chance at it for the Owls, and she comes away with it.
Hoyle, EMAC Player of the Week this week after scoring 4 points in 2 games. And you ask yourself, how can you be the player of the week if you score 4 points in 2 games? Well, in Warren Wilson's first game this week, she had 20 rebounds.
Wow.
And in their second game, she had 10 rebounds and 10 assists. And that's how you
That'll
win
do it.
player of the week without scoring more than 4 points.
The Wildcats up ahead. Hankerson, the senior, the floater no good. Rebound, Elix.
Hankerson knocked down a couple of those free throw line jumpers on Saturday. A little too strong on that one.
They dump it down low. Underneath Black, a lot of contact, and that shot rims off. Rebound, Hankerson. Outlet ahead to Epler. Darts one across. It gets deflected, but somehow gets it to Montesal. Misses the lay-in. Another rebound for Elix. Two minutes gone, into this one. Wildcats in white, Owls in blue. Warren Wilson possession right now if you're just tuning in. Wildcats up 2-0. Pass is tipped by Hankerson and she gets the steal.
Wow, Owls tried a backdoor cut there, and Anisha read it, able to get the steal, and the Wildcats going the other way.
Behind the back call on Black. And trying to feed Thomas on the right block. It'll be Scott on the baseline to inbound.
Black really the only size for the Owls, so she really can't afford to get into foul trouble.
Floater from Montesal is good. Deflected by Epler. Thomas had a piece of it, and Epler ran into the back of Hoyle as the two players collide. Be a foul on Epler. First foul on the Wildcats. 7:16 left in this first quarter play. It's senior night. And it's the first of 2 games tonight as we have a doubleheader between these two teams. Men's will tip off at 8. After the conclusion of this one, another three-point attempt for Elix. And again, no good. Rebound for Scott.
The Owls have been hot as of late from 3.
Good heads-up play by Thomas and a missed lay-in by Montesal.
I don't know if Black maybe got a piece of that or not.
Three-pointer from Mayo, no good. And an offensive rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Wildcats ball.
I think they're going to say that McCoy just lost that one out of bounds. I'm going to say the Owls have been hot from 3 as of late, but they've missed their first 3 now here in this one.
So Montesal set up on the left corner, Thomas on the right corner. Top of the key has Scott. The high screen from Epler works in the paint. It's not there. And now Epler the take. Dishes it down low to Hankerson. Finds Thomas. The extra pass for Scott. That three-pointer in and out. Offensive rebound. Foul on the floor would be the second on Black.
So 2 early ones on Black. We'll see what head coach Robin Martin wants to do. She's going to her bench.
She'll get number 0, Asia Caldwell, in the game.
So now the Wildcats a huge advantage with Hankerson to go right to her.
Strong move by Hankerson, just not the finish. Epler a 3. Good!
Epler caught that one right in rhythm, set her feet, perfect rotation on that one, and it splashed.
Wildcats open on a 7-0 run here. Foul called underneath.
That's going to be the second on Epler.
It's going to send Haley Mayo to the line for 2 shots. Justice Wallace set to check in. Wildcats up 7-0. 6:01 left in this first quarter play. So Justice Wallace, one of the 4 seniors on this team, checks in. Kaylee Mayo at the line for 2 shots. First point of the night for the Owls. That one rims out, rebound Thomas. Outlet to Scott, nearly gets tied up by McCoy, and McCoy's going to draw the foul.
McCoy had good initial defensive position, and like you said, Kelly, almost got the tie up, but then she kind of rode Scott a little bit further down the court, caused Kara to trip, and the officials tagged her with a personal.
Hankerson set up at the free throw line. Wallace out on the wing. Thomas down low, the ball in the hands of Montasol. Scott works inside the three-point line. Pass tipped into the backcourt, and it'll be a violation.
Kind of careless passing there by the Wildcats, really under no duress from the defense. And not able to make a good pass, and it results in a turnover. Wildcats did such a good job limiting turnovers on Saturday, only had 13 for the game.
Be a travel on Hoyle.
Good show by Hankerson there, first Hoyle into the travel.
Hankerson up ahead to Montasol. Montasol works inside the paint. Nice dish down low to Thomas.
Little drive, draw, and dish action for Montasol as she had 3 Owls collapse on her when she got into the paint. And a little bounce pass to Micah Thomas on the baseline, who was wide open for the layup.
Coy gives it up to Caldwell. Deep 3 for Elix. 0 for 3 tonight, and over the back call will be on Mayo.
Mayo wondering what she did, but the officials spotted it right away and called her for the over the back foul. I think they're going to say like she held Scott and kind of pulled her away from the rebounding position. So she'll take a seat, and Brianna Foster will check in.
Checking in for the Wildcats, another senior, number 22, Shannon Martin. Floater from Montasol, no good. Rebound Caldwell.
Good defense by Caldwell, forcing the tough shot from Montasol.
Up ahead, Foster inside the paint, high off the glass, and good. Good take there off the bench for Brianna Foster.
First field goal for the Owls comes at the 4:45 mark. They're down 9-3.
Traffic, pass deflected by Foster, goes right to Thomas, somehow collects it, keeps it alive for the Wildcats. Deep 3 for Martin, no good. Rebound Caldwell. 4:20 left in this first quarter of play. Wildcats busted coverage on the defense there, but they get bailed out with a missed layup. Another 3, no good for Elix. Fight for the loose ball, kept alive by Hoyle, and it goes to the Wildcats. Up ahead to Wallace on the fast break, has Martin to the left, takes it herself.
It's good hustle by Hoyle. She just couldn't get it to a teammate. The Wildcats able to turn that to a fast break layup for Justice Wallace.
Oh, it's a block from Montasol. Turnaround, no good again by McCoy, and Wildcats back on the attack. This time Scott up ahead. Scott knifing through the lane. Can't get the roll. Rebound Hoyle.
Long time without a whistle. I think both teams are pretty gassed at this point.
Ball on the floor, out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Owls. Anisha Hankerson will check in for Micah Thomas. 3:23 left in this first quarter of play. Wildcats up 11-3.
I think the officials are talking about should the shot clock have reset if there was a possession by the Wildcats or not. And I think they're going to maybe put it back to 19, or they decide on 23, which I can't quite decide the logic on that, but we'll go with it nonetheless.
Easy steal there for Hankerson.
Good job by Hankerson coming off of her man to pick off that pass right in the lane.
Inside. Oh, good give from Hankerson, but draws the offensive foul underneath.
Hoyle had set up right outside the restricted arc, and Anisha caught the ball and dished it off, but then charged right into Hoyle. So first foul on Anisha, third on the Wildcats. Owls have committed 4, so the Wildcats will shoot 2 free throws on the next foul.
Hoyle, deep 3. Had to get that one over Hankerson. Fight for the rebound, and Foster comes away with the offensive rebound. They go back underneath the Hoyle. Again, trying to get that shot over Hankerson, not there. Blocked by Hankerson on the shot from McCoy. Again, good hustle from Hoyle and gets the foul called on Hankerson.
So that'll be number 2 on Anisha.
That'll be the 4th team foul on the Wildcats, so both teams on these next fouls will be in the bonus. Kelly Mayo checks back in. She'll replace McCoy. It'll be Elix on the baseline to inbound. Martin guarding the pass. I think Wildcats are going to try to get Thomas in. They will. And she'll replace Martin. Wildcats still up 11-3, 2:45 left in this first quarter action. Inbound to Hoyle. Pass collected by Foster, gives it back up. Caldwell through a lot of traffic, and a travel's called.
Looks like Caldwell took an extra step there as Montesal kind of flashed in front. Made her change her mind as to what she wanted to do. That turnover gives it back to the Wildcats.
So Montesal brings it up the floor this time. Hankerson sets up shop at the free throw line. Thomas on the left block. Moves to the right side. Hankerson gives it up. The extra pass. Montesal left alone for 3. Good!
Again, another perfect pass from Scott. Montesal caught it in rhythm. Clean look at the basket, and that one went down.
Mayo fading away on that shot off the backboard, no good. Outlet up ahead, somehow gets it to Montesal, who stops on a dime and knocks down the jumper.
That's 5 quick ones for Montesal, and that'll bring a timeout from Warren Wilson. Coach Robin Martin wants to talk to her team, especially about getting back in transition. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Just a reminder that we'll be back about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game with the men's game between these two teams. So stay tuned for that. And this is our last broadcast of the season. Can't believe how fast basketball season has gone by
And went
this
by
year.
quick. Goes by quick, especially when I'm not here the last 2 games. So Owls ball coming out of the timeout. 1:50 still to go in this first quarter. Wildcats up 16-3. So Hankerson out guarding Hoyle. Pass deflected off of Caldwell. Saves it.
Good defense by Wallace to get a hand in there.
Kick ball. Oh, heads
Watch
up
out
there
in
in
the
the bottom
crowd.
row.
Got to keep your head on a swivel.
Referees will talk it over where to inbound. They're going to inbound on the baseline. Again, Hoyle to toss it in.
They simplified the inbounding rules a couple years ago about where the ball goes out of bounds. There's only really a couple spots that you inbound from.
Quick trigger from Caldwell. Al still struggling from beyond the arc. Montesal out ahead. Takes it herself. Laying no good. Fight for the rebound. Hoyle comes away with it. Bullet pass ahead to Mayo. Trying to get around Scott and over Hankerson, and a foul's called. And that's going to send Mayo to the line for 2 shots. First foul on Scott. 15 foul.
Coach Rayleigh Ross asking the official, hey, I thought my player had her arm straight up. The official said no, it came down and went across her arm. They'll send Mayo to the line.
McCoy's going to check back in for Caldwell for the Owls. 1:15 left, first quarter action here. Mayo at the line for 2 shots. That foul on Scott just put the Owls in the bonus the remainder of this quarter as Mayo knocks down that first shot. Second shot from Mayo is good. So 2 of 2 there. Montesal quickly up ahead. Hankerson gets around the double team, works inside. Good move, good finish.
Really quick move there by Anisha. Left her defender glued to the floor, and she was to the rim in a heartbeat.
McCoy kicks it back out. Addition side. Yeah, that'll be another foul on Scott. So 2 quick ones for Kiara Scott.
So Scott has 2, Hankerson has 2, and Epler has 2 for the Wildcats. So a little bit of early foul trouble as we're under a minute to play in the first quarter. Mayo back to the foul line.
It's her 3rd trip already. It's in the free throw line tonight.
Mayo's one of the top scorers in the conference. Does a lot of her work from the free throw line, gets there often.
1 of 2 that time. 50.9 left. Wildcats still up 18-6. Pass somehow gets around 2 out defenders. Kept alive by Foster. However, Scott gets it right back for the Wildcats. A lot of bodies in the way. Montesal to take. Floater, good! Hoylick tried to draw the offensive charge again.
I think the official said there wasn't enough contact there to warrant a whistle.
Shot clock turned off, 22 seconds left. Hoyle with it, and a blocking foul call. That'll be the 3rd on Hankerson.
So Hankerson will have a seat as Epler will check back in.
That's one you want to avoid. At the end of the quarter, 21 seconds.
Coach Riley Ross kind of explaining to Anisha how you should have played it there.
That's going to force Epler in the game, who also has 2 fouls. Sam Hoyle at the line, 2 shots. First one no good. Wildcats will have 21 seconds on the clock as Hoyle knocks down the second. Montesal takes it up, guarded out by McCoy. Stops, kicks it out to Wallace, left side. Montesal passes on the 3, gives it back up to Wallace. Extra pass to Thomas, now to Epler. 5 seconds, ball poked away. Now in the backcourt, they call a tip, so Wildcats got to get a shot off here. Montesal at the buzzer.
She got fouled.
Oh.
They called a foul right before the buzzer. So Montesal is going to shoot 3 free throws here to end the quarter.
Caught her right on the hand.
And it was a deep 3, really no need for the foul there. But Montesal is going to go to the free throw line.
Be the second foul on Jaden McCoy.
And well, I think they're going to say there's 4/10 left, so they're going to bring everybody out and put them on the free throw line. We've got to play out the last 4/10 here. Don't know how they got to 4/10 on that, but it is what it is, I guess.
Well, how much time would you put on the clock?
I mean, I think the foul was
was
right at the buzzer, and you shoot the free throws and go on about the end of the quarter. The foul was on McCoy, her second, by the way.
Montesal misses the first. Now, I think if I was down there, I would have said, I'm feeling .7 right now. I think we'll go with that. It's whatever the officials are feeling at the time. Another miss there, and that'll end the quarter. Wildcats up 21-7 on Warren Wilson. We'll be back here in just a few minutes with second quarter action. So the Owls ball to begin the second quarter. Johnson Wales leading 21-7.
Warren Wilson shot 1 of 17 in that quarter, 5.9%, believe it or not.
Yeah, they were 0 of 7 beyond the arc. So, tough shooting there in the first quarter for the Owls. We'll see if they rebound here in the second quarter. So far, good defensive start, but splitting the defense, though, was McCoy.
That'll do it. And I got to say, I think the Owls are probably fortunate to only be down by 14 shooting as poorly as they did. Now that, you get a bucket, a stop here, and another bucket, and you're only down by 10.
Quick into Epler, quick move to the basket, and a good finish.
Nice aggressive move by Epler there.
We've seen Epler and Hankerson do that quick move. As soon as they get it, turn, go to the basket.
It's just good basketball. You don't give your defender time to set up and establish position. Asia Caldwell comes in for Foster for the Owls.
Quick inbound to Elix. Struggle from 3 tonight so far. McCoy again knifing through the center of the defense for an easy lay-in.
So McCoy's figuring out how to put some points on the board for the Owls. Still down by a dozen.
Epler again, this time at the free throw line. Hoyle rips it right away, forces the tie up. Possession area will keep it here with the Wildcats. 17 seconds on the shot.
We talked about it earlier with her play of the week. Hoyle does all the little things to help you win. Like, I've seen her go flying 3 times already tonight. She's on the floor going for loose balls, tying up somebody there in Epler. Things you like to see.
Deep 2 for Wallace off the mark. Rebound. Epler had a chance at it and gets poked away. It'll be Owls' ball. 8:37 left, second quarter action here. Wildcats up 23-11 on Warren Wilson. It's Owls' ball right now. First game of this doubleheader tonight between these two teams. Men's action will be at 8 o'clock tonight. Following the conclusion of this one, Caldwell spinning, turning, trying to get to the basket and dish it down low to Mayo, but it's knocked away. And
officials going to get together. I say there was a lot of people in that area for that ball to go untouched out of bounds.
And they're going to reverse the call to keep it here with the Owls.
I think the baseline official kind of got screened out there and maybe didn't have the best look at it, so the sideline official came in and gave him a little help. I think they got that call right.
It's going to leave 15 seconds on the shot for Warren Wilson. Hoyle to inbound. Quick into Caldwell. Straight to the basket through the contact. Foul called.
They were a little late calling the foul. I thought that Wallace got her on the arm there. They did eventually call it.
Just the first foul on Wallace. First team foul of the Wildcats this quarter. Asia Caldwell at the line for 2 shots. She knocks down the first. Shooting 6 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Make it 6 of 10. Monsal's defender fell down. We'll see if the Wildcats can get it ahead quickly. Shannon Martin in the game. Thomas moving down the block. Ball gets deflected and McCoy comes away with it for the Owls. Monsell trying to track her down. Blocked from behind. Caldwell puts up a shot. No good. Rebound Wallace.
Good recovery defense there by Montasol.
Monsell trying to go coast to coast, and it's an offensive rebound. The putback no good from Thomas. On her second attempt, draws a foul.
I think that's going to be on McCoy. It is. First team foul on the Owls. Third on McCoy. So McCoy with 3. She had kind of been the offensive spark here so far in the second quarter. She's going to have a seat.
Thomas knocks down the first. So Foster's going to check in for McCoy after the second free throw.
I don't like these new substitution rules in the women's game.
Yeah, it's hard to get used to. You know what the reason was for
they said to speed up play, but to me it just slows it down.
Yeah.
I think it's had the exact opposite effect.
So McCoy remains in after the missed free throw. Martin collects the rebound.
I mean, you know, that's part of it. You had a sub waiting for someone that wasn't the shooter, and because you had to wait till after the second shot, now you can't get that player out.
Dump it down low to Epler. Kick out. Martin, the three. Leaves it short. Flying in for the rebound was Epler. Somehow collects it and gets ripped down on the tie-up. Both teams kind of rush over to get players off the floor. And
Good hustle there by both Caldwell and Epler. Neither one wanted to let go of the ball. So we'll go the other way on the alternating possession arrow.
We'll get the subs in. Foster in for McCoy and Scott back in for the Wildcats. She'll replace Montesal. Then after that tie-up, possession arrow rewards Warren Wilson. Wildcats up 24-12, 7:14 to go before we head to halftime. And a foul call to be on Martin.
So Shannon was kind of too handsy there, checking Foster. So it's just the second team foul on the Wildcats, as Black's going to check back in.
Black picked up 2 fouls early in this one. Back on the court now.
Black with a definite size advantage on Thomas. We'll see if the Owls look to get it into her. Down low in the post.
Thomas doing a good job so far. Oh, nice backdoor cut and the finish from Foster.
Hoyle finds her wide open underneath. And the Owls creeping back into it.
I wasn't watching Foster the whole time, but I think she faked going out to the line and just stayed put. And the defender flew out, and she's wide open. Martin, a three. Left alone, knocks it down.
Big answer there for Martin, her first 3 of the game.
Trying to race ahead and get his Foster. Good job stopping on a dime before running out of bounds. And a travel called. So that'll give the Wildcats ball right back. 6:24 second quarter action. Wildcats up 27-14. Despite the poor shooting from the Owls, I mean, they're definitely still in this one. Deep three from Epler as the Owls just let her take that one. That's a poor shot opportunity there. Caldwell through the contact, draws the foul. 2 shots coming for her. Another foul on Epler. That'll be her 3rd.
So now that's Epler and Hankerson with 3 for the Wildcats. See how Coach Riley Ross wants to handle this. Looks like she's going to roll with Epler for the time being.
As Caldwell knocks down the first. So at the scores table will check in, but the offensive rebound from Hoyle. Keep this one here. Caldwell, a 3 is good. Really a 4-point play there for Caldwell.
First 3 of the night for the Owls. They were 0 of 7 prior to that. And now they're down by 9.
Martin to answer. Martin says, not so fast. It's senior night. Don't forget about me.
And there must have been a missed assignment there, as Martin, known as a 3-point marksman.
And on the defensive end, gets the tip right there.
The Owls left her wide open on that trip down the floor. She knocked it down, and then, as you said, Kelly, got her hand in there, created a turnover.
Montesal back in. She replaces Epler. So Epler and Hankerson, I imagine, probably won't see the court for the remainder of this second quarter.
Not unless the score got much tighter than it is now.
We'll see what happens here. Still 5:38 to go left before we head to halftime. Wildcats still lead 30-18. In the corner, Montesal 3 off the mark. Flying in for the rebound. I think Mayo's calling for an over-the-back call on Wallace. Wallace was flying in there over the top of Foster, but he'll keep it here with the Wildcats. Montesal will be on the baseline to inbound. Shot clock at 20. And throws it right to Hoyle.
That one hit the net, and deflected enough where it went right to Hoyle.
Stopping on a dime for the jumper, no good, was Foster.
And then Montesal, who threw the inbounds pass, outraced everyone and got down underneath to get the defensive rebound.
Oh, wow. Good defense by Black. Montesal took the brunt of that one. Owls racing the other way. Caldwell gives it up to Black and will be called with a travel.
Let's say Black shuffled her feet there. She was trying to gather in that pass.
Yeah, I think the pass caught her off guard, and by the time she's trying to stop her momentum from, yeah, it's just all tough to do there.
She's telling the official, no, I didn't travel. I took a jump stop.
I think James Harden tells the officials that every night too. Wallace to fake, and Wallace will be called with the travel. Picked up the pivot foot, started the dribble. 4:47 to go. 12th turnover in the Wildcats. Warren Wilson with 10 fouls. Shooting's ticked up a little bit for the Owls, now shooting 20% from the field.
The numbers still aren't great, but from where they were, they've improved considerably.
Oh, a nice fake from Foster. Couldn't make the shot, but Caldwell another chance. No good. Gets it again. This time she'll bring it back out and reset. Shot clock down to 10, and shot clock didn't reset because I don't believe it touched the rim. And an air ball there and foul over the back. That'll be another foul on Scott. And that's going to be another trip to the line for Mayo.
And one for Mayo at that. I believe that's the third on Scott. She becomes the third Wildcat with 3. And Mayo will go to the line to try and cut it back into single digits.
So Elix will check in for Black.
Mayo 4 out of 6 from the line so far tonight.
Knocks that one down. Within single digits now. Wildcats starting to rack up some fouls. Scott, Hankerson, and Epler all with 3.
The last several possessions, the Wildcats have settled for some threes. They've made some of them, but they still aren't working it inside like they did in the first quarter to great success.
Scott will inbound on the sideline. Throws it into Montesal. Martin steps into that 3 straight on. Good!
Again, the Owls kind of sag off of Shannon, and now granted she doesn't usually take threes off the dribble, did that time.
And then the Wildcats, a lapse on defense, leaves Foster all alone. Montesal up ahead, trying to get around Elix. Good defense, shuffling her feet, staying with Montesal. On the block, another travel called on Wallace.
Wallace tried to go quickly that time, but shuffled her feet in doing so. And that turnover gives it back to the Owls.
Hoyle grabs that one, gets it back up to Caldwell, takes it herself all the way to the 10.
Now Owls back within 8. The closest it's been in quite some time.
Pass through the legs, turnover. Momentum starting to build for Warren Wilson. Subs will check in. It'll be number 4, Camille Ferentz, to replace Foster for the Owls.
Ferentz, a senior from Las Vegas, Nevada.
It'll be Elix right in front of the scores table to inbound. 3:08 left before we head to halftime. Wildcats hanging on to an 8-point lead. Elix, will it go? No, it won't. It's short. Rebound, Montesal. Montesal racing ahead. Hoyle trying to draw the charge. Montesal converts.
I think she may have hurt her hip a little bit, drawing some contact there from Hoyle.
Caldwell stepping into that 3 way off the mark. Rebound from Martin. Montesal now top of the key. Thomas moves to the block. They swing it across.
Dangerous pass there.
Martin calling for it. Turnaround jumper at the free throw line is good for Wallace.
Nice little answer here by the Wildcats. Back out to 12 after Warren Wilson had cut it to 8.
Ferentz shot no good. Had to get that one through the contact of Thomas. Wildcats now rebuilding that lead. Now up by 12, 37-25. Quick three from Montesal, off the mark. Rebound for Thomas, foul called.
Good offensive rebounding position from Micah Thomas there. The ball came right to her off the weak side, and she went right back up with it, got fouled. Didn't score, but earned a trip to the free throw line. Fouls on Caldwell, her first, team second.
Thomas with 3 points on the night at the free throw line for 2 shots. Rattles in the first. Second shot here off the mark, and an offensive rebound at Scott. Wildcats are all the way down the other end of the floor. Good hustle from Montesal. Couldn't get the roll, hung on the rim there for a good second, and Hoyle grabs the rebound. Owls up ahead quickly. Mayo stepping into that three, can't knock it down. Another offensive rebound, but a foul called on the Wildcats again. It'll be on Martin. It's going to put Asia Caldwell at the line for 2 shots. That's Martin's second foul.
Caldwell 2 of 4 from the line so far. A little too strong on that one.
Still 1:33 to play in the second quarter. Caldwell at the line, second shot. And that one won't rattle in. Thomas running for that rebound. Quick in, Thomas, offensive foul. Good job by Mayo, getting set up just outside the restricted arc, drawing that charge.
And I think the pass kind of led Thomas into that charge. She had to kind of reach out in front of her for it, and that's where Mayo was set up in good defensive position. So can't quite put all the fault on Thomas for that one, just her first foul.
Martin kind of caught in no man's land. Guarding two defenders. Wildcats are in a zone. They get the steal.
Elix threw that one right into Wallace's hands.
At the free throw line, give and go. Montesal all the way.
Beautiful play there by the Wildcats. Montesal gave it to Thomas and then cut right off of that, right down the lane.
Wildcats lead back up to 15, still 45 seconds. A deflection off the hands of Martin will keep it here. 20 seconds on the shot for the Owls. Quick into Mayo, and it's good. Nearly had a foul on Montesal. She came flying in over the top.
Nice inbounds play there for the Owls. They find Mayo right underneath.
Montesal gives it up. Thomas, quick jumper is good.
So that time Montesal leaves it for Thomas for the conversion.
Shot clock turned off.
And also the Wildcats are back up by 15.
Owls can hold for the last shot before heading to halftime. In the corner, Elix tries another three. Still over from beyond the arc. Ball on the ground. Whose ball? They called a jump ball. It'll be Wildcats possession with 4.7 seconds left on the clock. So we'll see how quickly the Wildcats can go here, possibly beat the buzzer. Owls do have 2 fouls to give.
Smart play there. The Wildcats are going to let it roll.
Quick three from Montesal. Off the backboard, no good. That'll take us to halftime. Wildcats leading the Owls 42-27. We'll be back here in 15 minutes with your first half stats and second half action. Don't go anywhere.
Back here at half with the Wildcats up 42-27 over Warren Wilson. We'll run down the halftime stats. Owls shoot 9 of 36 in the first half for 25%. However, they improved dramatically in the second quarter after going 1 of 17 from the field in the first. 1 of 12 from 3, 8 of 15 at the free throw line. Wildcats shoot 17 of 37, 45.9%, 5 of 13 from deep, and 3 of 7 at the free throw line. Rebounds are 24 each. The Owls have 14 offensive rebounds, Wildcats with 8. Warren Wilson has 3 assists, 7 steals, no blocks, and 13 turnovers. Johnson Wells has 7 assists, 6 steals, 2 blocks, and 15 turnovers. Individually for Warren Wilson, Asia Caldwell has 7 points, 2 of 7 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 6 at the foul line, also 7 rebounds for Caldwell. 9 points for Kaylee Mayo, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from deep, 5 of 7 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds for Mayo. 6 points for Brianna Foster, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 rebounds for Foster. 4 points for Jada McCoy, 2 of 5 from the field, 4 rebounds for McCoy. She does have 3 personal fouls. 1 point for Sam Hoyle. She missed both her shots from the field. She made 1 of her 2 free throws. She does have 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals for the Owls. Alenia Black played but did not score, missed both of her shots in 7 minutes. She has 2 fouls as well. Malika Elix, 0 of 8 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, 2 rebounds and assists for Elix in 17 minutes. Camille Ferentz played 3 minutes, did not score, did not attempt a shot. For the Wildcats, 14 points for Montesal, 6 of 17 from the field, 1 of 5 from deep, 1 of 3 at the foul line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks for Jemiah. 7 points for Christine Epler, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 5 rebounds for Christine. She does have 3 personal fouls. 6 points for Micah Thomas, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 4 at the foul line, 6 rebounds for Micah. 9 points for Shannon Martin, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep, 3 rebounds for Shannon. She has 2 personal fouls. Justice Wallace, 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting, 1 rebound, assist, and 2 steals for Justice. 2 points for Anisha Hankerson, 1 of 3 from the field. She does have 3 rebounds, 2 steals, but Anisha Sato with 3 personal fouls in the first half, which limited her minutes. Kara Scott, scoreless in 20 minutes of play, 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. She does have 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for Kara Scott, but she, in addition to Epler and Hangerson, has 3 personal fouls. So the foul difficulty for the Wildcats, 3 each for Scott, Epler, and Hangerson, 2 for Martin. For Warren Wilson, 3 for McCoy, 2 for Black. No one else with more than 1. So that gets us just about caught up with our first half stats. Wildcats up by 15, 42-27. And we'll hand things back over to Kelly for the call of the second half action.
All right, so both teams switch sides. Owls will now be going left to right on your screen. Wildcats will be going right to left. Just about 10 seconds away from starting this third quarter action. Out on the floor right now for the Wildcats is Scott, Thomas, Montesal, Wallace, and Hankerson. Should be noted Hankerson in there with those 3 fouls. Scott with 3 as well. Out there for the Owls. Set to inbound is Hoyle. Also out there, Elix, McCoy, Black, and Foster. So here we go, third quarter underway here in the Wildcat Center gym. Black, quick shot, no good. Flying in for the rebound is Wallace. Wildcats leading 42-27. We get a stoppage of play here, reset the shot clock.
I think the shot clock reset to 20 instead of resetting to 30. So we'll put it back to 27. And go from there.
So Owls will open up this third quarter in a zone. Hankerson through the double team. Foul called.
Is that going to be on Foster, I believe? Yes. First foul on the quarter on the Owls.
Quick shot from Montesal off the inbound pass. Can't get the roll. Hankerson falls down awkwardly, and McCoy takes it the other way for the Owls. McCoy coast to coast off the glass.
So McCoy opened the second quarter with a quick bucket for the Owls and does the same here in the third.
Montsall on the right side on the wing. Off the dribble, pulls up for that jumper, knocks it down.
Nice play there by Montasol. The quick jump stop off the dribble. Knocks down the little 10-footer off the baseline.
McCoy trying to get inside. That time the Wildcats wall it off for her. Quick into Black at the free throw line, gets around Hankerson, knocks it down. Hankerson with the 3 fouls, really not too aggressive there.
She offered token challenge there to Black, but as you said, couldn't be really too aggressive this early in the proceeding.
Quick into Hankerson, works through the lane, the good Euro step.
Can you Euro step in the United States?
Quick in down low to Foster, gets the roll.
Foster powered that one up through Thomas.
Really, none of the passing from the Owls, nobody moved, and nobody from the Wildcats moved on defense. That was the most static possession I've seen all night. It resulted in an easy bucket. Montasol works in, off the glass, no good. Ball tipped up and around, and Montasol somehow collects it back, but it's off the foot, and it goes to Foster.
Elix reached in for the steal.
McCoy through the traffic, and Hankerson denies that take there. Wildcats up by 13. Just about 2.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Pass slipped through the hands of Wallace. And that'll be the 3rd foul on Black.
Interesting that Kaylee Mayo, the leading scorer for the Owls, started this half on the bench. I don't think there's an injury situation there. So maybe just the coach's decision for head coach Rob Martin.
Christine Epler just checked in for Wallace. Epler, second three of the night is good!
And again, like the first one she made, caught it right in rhythm with the shot, knocked it down off the assist from Hankerson.
Black working spin move on Hankerson and next that one through. Black taking advantage of the defense that Hankerson's given her with the 3 fouls.
Black showing some nice post moves here in this one.
Pass right behind Epler, right to Foster.
Thomas threw that one where Epler was, not where she was going as she was cutting through the lane. You got to lead them, someone that you're passing it to.
Extra pass into Foster. A little bump by Hankerson, and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Wildcats ball. We'll get full team timeout for Johnson Wales. We'll take the timeout with them. 6:43 left here, third quarter action. Wildcats up 49-35.
Back out of the timeout with the Wildcats up by 14. They will inbound the ball on the baseline of their own basket. 4 timeouts left for each coach.
Owls stay in the zone. Hankerson working around the elbow. Montsall out on the wing, gets around Foster, puts up a wild shot, hangs on the front of the rim, and the ball out of bounds as Hankerson tried to gather it.
She nods her head and smiles at the official. She knew she did it, hoping she could get away with it, but the official spotted it, correctly called it.
In the corner, Elix gives it up to Black. Looking inside to Hoyle. Ball tipped around and gathered by Epler. Montsall pauses for a second, lets the Wildcats set up their offense. Epler thought about it, and that one no good.
And like her three that she missed in the first half, she didn't catch and immediately shoot. She thought about it, and that kind of threw off her rhythm.
Hoyle trying to get around Epler. Good defense. Last touched by Epler off her leg, and it'll stay here at the Owls. 20 seconds on the shot. Mayo checks in for the Owls. She'll replace Black, and Shannon Martin will come in for Montasol. Throw it up to Foster from the elbow, off the glass, no good. Good grab on the rebound there from Thomas.
Hankerson won't get a block on that shot, but she definitely influenced it. Forced a kind of a high arcing shot from Caldwell.
Hankerson puts it on the ground. The extra pass. Thomas, short jumper,
nice
good.
Ball movement there from the Wildcats. It is all from the interior post players too. They moved that ball around the painted area. Got the bucket from Thomas.
Mayo, quick three is good. Much needed bucket there for Warren Wilson. Keeps it at 51-38.
Owls were 1 of 12 from deep in the first half.
Martin calling for it. Deep three left alone. High arcing shot, won't fall. Mayo grabs that rebound.
Rebound nearly took Mayo's head off. She was able to corral it.
McCoy gets around Scott, misses the easy lay-in. So Scott with the 3 fouls. Played pretty good defense right there. Forced a tough angle for McCoy to get around.
You can play good solid defense without fouling if indeed you do play fundamentally correct.
Wildcats working around the perimeter now as Epler moves baseline to the right side. Thomas, hook shot in the lane is good.
A little scoopy hook for Thomas up and in over Hoyle's outstretched arms.
Coyle pick up her dribble, kick out. Swing it over to Mayo. In the corner, that three-pointer off the glass, but Hoyle missed the easy lay-in on the putback.
I think she sensed that Scott was on her back and didn't know it was a smaller player and kind of rushed that one.
Inside to Epler, puts up a quick shot, and that'll be a foul on Elix. I'll put Epler at the line for 2 shots. And the subs will check in before these free throws. Montasol and Wallace will check in for Hankerson and Thomas, and Asia Caldwell checks in to replace Elix, who just picked up her first foul.
So third team foul on the Owls. Wildcats yet to commit one here in the third quarter, only 3:41 left, so they've done a good job being in as much foul trouble as they are of not fouling.
And Black comes back in. She'll replace Foster.
Just got to hope that continues here for the last 3.5 of this quarter.
So interesting move here. I mean, both Hankerson and Thomas off the floor, and they get Black back in the game for Warren Wilson. We'll see.
Wildcats do have Wallace in who can help defend Black in the low post. And I think
because they got Black and Mayo, along with Caldwell.
Coach Riley Ross sees that she's up by 17, largest lead, and trying to buy a few minutes for Thomas and Hankerson.
Good defense by Epler, stepping right in front, ripping that ball away, trying to get away from Mayo, and she'll be called with a travel.
Again, as we said, you can play good defense without fouling, as Epler did there. She was unfortunate to lose it on the turnover, but she did a good job to get it to begin with.
Lob it into Black, trying to back down Epler off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound, gets it back, and the putback is good. So they immediately go to Black with Hankerson and Thomas off the floor.
Smart move by Coach Martin.
Kick out, Montsol 3 off the mark. Rebound Hoyle. Hoyle pushing it up ahead, working back inside. Leaves it in the corner for Mayo.
Good closeout by Montasol.
And count it. Good move by Mayo. Through the contact of Montasol with the finish. 3-point opportunity here for Mayo. Hankerson and Thomas immediately at the scores table. Going to come back in for the Wildcats. They'll replace Martin and Epler. 2:55 to go here, third quarter. Wildcats up 55-42. One shot here for Mayo. Now it's just the first foul on Montesal as Mayo converts the three-point play.
So as Warren Wilson cut the lead down to 12, Coach Riley Ross had to get Thomas and Hankerson back in there, but was able to give them a minute and 90 seconds or so of a breather.
Good fake by Montesal. Settles for the short long two, and it's a rebound by Mayo. Caldwell, deep two. Easy rebound for Hankerson off the air ball. Oh, Montesal gets around one defender, and good hustle by the Owls.
Good job by Montesal. She didn't have numbers, decides to pull it out. Wildcats will run some clock.
Quick three there. Good. Montesal right over Mayo.
Montesal with 22 now, which equals her output up in Swannanoa a couple weeks back.
Under 2 minutes left. Ball on the ground. It's right between the legs of Scott. They're going to call a kick ball. I don't really know about that one, but
yeah, I'm not sure about the kick on that one.
I mean, if you're on the ground and the ball hits your leg, is that a kick ball? And the wording of the rules, I don't really know. She was like straddled over the ball.
She was literally sitting on the ball. I don't know how you can kick it when you're sitting on it, but well, I've seen stranger.
Add it to the list of ways to kick a ball now. And Hankerson rips that one away, and oh wow, they're going to get the foul.
They're going to call that on Scott.
Oh, wow.
But it's her fourth. It would have been Hankerson's fourth had they call it on her. So Scott becomes the first player for either side to pick up 4. Coach Riley Ross is going to leave her in for the time being.
So Mayo, the floater, no good. Black flies in for the rebound. Good save by Wallace. And
nice hustle there by Scott to get that rebound, and then she's fouled by McCoy. So now McCoy picks up her 4th. Just the 4th team foul, so no free throws. Wildcats will shoot for the rest of the quarter, however.
Martin will check in for Scott. And Martin will inbound in front of the scorer's table. Another three from Montesal.
Same
Knock
spot,
it down.
same result. Wildcats back up by 18.
Puts Montesal at 25. Oh, a block by Hankerson. Up ahead, Montesal. 3-on-2. Blocked by Hoyle. Woo-hoo.
So blocks down each end.
Man.
It's a block party in Uptown Charlotte on a Wednesday night. Hoyle answers the block from Hankerson with one of her own. Wildcats will trigger.
Quick three again from Montesal. That time, heat check. Leaves it short, but it's thrown right back. 4-on-1, Wallace, the beneficiary. And we're going to get a Warren Wilson timeout. Wildcats up by 20. 53 seconds still to play in this third quarter action. We'll be back after the timeout.
So Wildcats have their largest lead of the night at 20, 63-43 with 53 seconds left in the third quarter.
Black turns, faces the basket, gives it up to Mayo. Again denied by Hankerson. Sitting in the middle of that defense, swatting everything out of the sky, and Thomas can't finish on the other end. Somehow gets the ball back, puts up a shot. Wow!
Don't know how she got that one up on the rim, but it rolls over and through.
Mayo, the answer, good.
Big three there for Mayo. Thomas now in the double figures with 12, one of 3 Wildcats.
They can hold for the last shot of this third quarter. We'll have 10 seconds to get a shot off, up 65-46. Down to 5 seconds. Hankerson with it. And that'll be another foul on Black. Foul on the floor with 0.7 seconds left.
It'll be free throws for Hankerson on the 5th team foul. 4th on Black, so Black and McCoy with 4 for the Owls. Scott has 4 for the Wildcats, 3 on Epler and 3 on Hankerson.
Foster checks in for Black. Missed the first there. First free throw attempt of the night for Hankerson.
Brief pause while Thomas ties her shoe.
Hankerson on senior night. Leaves the second one short. Rebound Foster. That'll do it. We'll be heading to the fourth quarter. Wildcats up 65-46. We'll be back in a minute here with fourth quarter action.
Third quarter numbers starting to even out a little bit, even though if the score isn't. Warren Wilson up to 32.7 from the field. Wildcats 47.3. Owls actually up 1 in the rebound count, 33-32.
It's going to be Owls ball to start the fourth quarter. Wildcats up 65-46, looking to improve to 10 and 11 on the season. Thomas went for the steal. Foster rips the other way. That'll be a travel.
Hankerson flashed in front of Foster and forced the turnover. Again, good defense by Hankerson without fouling.
Oh, baseball pass ahead to Wallace and turns it over right to Hoyle. Now it's 1-on-3 the other way, and it'll be a foul on Martin.
Needless reach-in foul on Martin there. Hoyle wasn't going to do anything aggressive with the ball where she was.
Third foul on Martin, and she'll check out along with Wallace as Scott and Epler will check back in. Quick in Mayo off the glass, good.
Mayo with 20 now. She's the only Owl in double figures.
Wildcats able to get across despite the man-on-man full court pressure from the Owls now. Good cut by Epler, just can't finish, but the putback from Wallace, Montasol no good, and an easy jumper there knocked down by Thomas.
Epler got the second offensive rebound and dished it back out to Thomas, who knocked down the jumper.
It's Thomas at 12 points on the night. Fourth foul will be on Hankerson. I think she really wanted the block on that one.
So they'll get Wallace quickly up off the bench. So Justice just had a brief sit down. The Wildcats up by 19. They can afford to be without Hankerson's services for a little while at least.
First shot no good. Helix having about as tough a night as you can from shooting. 0 of 6 from downtown, 0 of 8 overall from the field.
She makes the second of 2 free throws.
And that free throw is probably going to mean a lot to her, just seeing a ball go through the hoop one time.
That can turn things around.
Wildcats give it right back. Still leads 67-49. Again, stick around after this one at 8 p.m. for the men's matchup between these two teams. Foster, oh wow, missed the easy one underneath.
Such a nice leave there by Mayo. Foster had to roll around and out. So unfortunate.
Oh, dangerous pass. Gathered by Epler. Works in the lane. Hoyle there as well. Epler just heaves it up, and it's going to be a foul call.
Call a reach in on Hoyle, I believe. No, they're going to get it on.
Oh, they're going to get it on McCoy?
McCoy?
That'll be her 5th.
I didn't see McCoy anywhere near that play. Yeah. I think that's what Coach Robin Davis is saying. Is like she wasn't anywhere close to that play, and I gotta agree with her on that one.
That's a tough break for the Owls.
If you'd have caught it on Hoyle, absolutely, I could see that one.
I mean, it was Hoyle and Mayo were the only two around. That's a tough break for the Owls. So McCoy will finish the night with 6 points, 1 steal, 5 rebounds.
Epler knocks down a 3 off the inbounds. Wildcats run a nice play there.
3 trays on the night for Christine Epler.
Might be a career high. I have to check the record books.
Oh, I told you. Seeing one go through from the free throw line gets your confidence up. And there's Elix knocking one down.
Answers it. Hoyle nearly gets the steal.
That ball just kind of rolls favorably to Montesaw. And then another swarming defensive stand by the Owls. Take it right back again. Elix going to work. Oh, man, gets the roll.
So she scored the last 6 now for Warren Wilson. They've cut it to 16, 7:47 left, long time to go. And we'll get a timeout for the Wildcats, a 30-second. So we'll take it and be back in just a few minutes or a few seconds.
Back at the Wildcats timeout. We'll also inbound.
Wildcats have Wallace, Scott, Montesaw, Thomas, and Epler.
Slowly getting up the court. Now the Owls will fall back in a zone. 7.5 to play in this one. Wildcats still lead 70-54. Epler, the drive through the contact, gets her on rebound. The putback is no good, and rebound, Black comes away with it.
Probably a good idea to go zone by the Owls, especially with the current lineup on the floor for the Wildcats. Montesaw really the only three-point shooter, although Epler's made 3 tonight.
Oh, good fake by Black. Got Epler to go right by her.
70-56, it's down to 14.
Monson, good pass up ahead to Wallace. From the elbow, Wallace, jumper, rolls in.
I think that caught every part of the rim at least once. It rolls around and falls to stem the tide a little bit. 72-56.
Epler got a hand on that one.
Right into Epler's hands, and the Wildcats come out of there with that one. Scott will slow it up. Wildcats look to run some clock here.
Foul from behind, and that will be on
Mayo.
Mayo, yep.
It's the second on Mayo.
Martin Hankerson will check in.
Just the second team foul on the Owls in this quarter.
So Hankerson will take the floor again with the 4 fouls.
So Wildcats will reset the shot clock to 20 and inbounds underneath.
Montesaw gets around the double team, leads for Hankerson. Another 3 from Montesaw, no good. Offensive rebound for Wallace. New possession, the fake, and then the floater won't fall for Martin. And going the other way is Elix. Wildcats able to get back on defense. Elix, the floater, rolls off the right side. Hankerson grabs the rebound. Under 6 to go. Wildcats looking to close this one out here on senior night. Scott swings it. Montesaw pulls up for that one and knocks it down.
Montesaw, when she can shoot in rhythm, she's pretty much money.
Montesaw at 24 points on the night. Mayo can't get that one to roll. And if that's a foul on Martin.
And they're going to call it on Martin. The ball
Martin
rolled
was
off
turned
of.
around. She fouled him with her back facing the player.
Not the first time tonight.
Wow.
The ball initially bounced off of Shannon's head and right to Black.
I don't know how you do that. Black, wow.
She
Fortunate.
Dies it off the
dug
back
there.
iron right to the middle of the basket. And I think we have a technical on the Warren Wilson bench. Looks like they're pointing at one of the assistant coaches for saying something. So
both teams will gather up here.
we're going to go down the other end and shoot the technical free throws, and then we'll come back or they're going to let Black shoot her free throw and then shoot the technicals, and I believe the Wildcats will have the ball out of bounds on the sideline.
So Black misses the free throw. We'll walk it to the other end. Really, nobody's disputing the technical foul on the bench over there. So
Except for the person they called it on. They were wondering what they said to get it.
So it'll be Montesaw to shoot the free throw. She gets the roll. Two of two there. And with that, that'll be Wildcats possession. So really a killer penalty. Crucial fourth quarter, 5:23 to go. You give a free 2 points to the Wildcats and you give them another possession while you only got one out of the previous free throw attempt. Hankerson flashing on the baseline, finds the open Wallace, lips off the front end of the rim. Hankerson, strong move.
I think they're going to get Black with the foul on the floor. It is on Black. Her fifth. So she becomes the second Owl to be disqualified from this one.
So she'll finish with 9 points.
They're going to get Caldwell in for her.
So 9 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist on the night for Alenia Black.
She played well when she was in there. Really helped the Owls. And it'll be out of bounds underneath for the Wildcats.
20 seconds on the shot. 5:08 left in this one. Scott on the baseline to inbound. Montesaw tries another three off the left side. Caldwell tracks down that rebound. Throws it right to Martin. Oh, Wallace missed an easy lay-in. Ball out of bounds. It'd be Owls' ball.
Good hustle there by the Wildcats. They don't get a conversion out of it, but both Martin and Hankerson and then Wallace able to quickly go from defense to offense.
Elix works around the screen, steps into that three. High arcing shot, hit the top of the basket, and it'll be Wildcats ball. Hankerson gets it across. Martin left alone in the corner. Monsaw draws foul underneath. Hoyle and Mayo were there. They're going to call it on Mayo.
Actually, oh, yep, they did get on Mayo, her third.
14 foul. Next foul, Wildcats would be shooting the bonus. So 4:35 left. And again, stick around after this one. 8 p.m. men's basketball matchup between these two teams will tip off. We'll take a short pause, and then we'll be back on the air for that one.
Another rebound for Hoyle. She's got 9 now to go along with 3 assists and 6 steals.
Good take by Caldwell, knifing through the defense.
Correction, that was a 10th rebound for Hoyle.
Good pass ahead by Scott. Monsaw leads it for Wallace. Through the baseline, hacked from behind. Another trip to the free throw line. That'll put the Wildcats now in the bonus for the remaining 4:12.
That foul's on Foster, her second.
Micah Thomas will check in for Martin. Wallace knocks down the first. Second one rattles off. Leaves Wallace at 9 points on the night to go along with 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Caldwell 3, rattles that one in. So still a 15-point game, 4 minutes left.
So after only making 1 3 in the first half, the Owls have made 4 here in the second.
Scott gets it across, left all alone. Thomas off the glass.
Wildcats beat the press and get the easy bucket from Thomas.
Mayo, and it'll be too much contact there by Scott.
That'll
and
do it for her.
That'll get Epler in the game. 3:39 left as Kiara Scott fouls out. She'll finish with 0 points, but she'll have 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals.
And she doesn't have to score for the Wildcats. They have enough scores from other positions, so running the offense, playing good defense, that's what Scott is here to do. For the most part, she did that tonight. They're saying that was not a shooting foul, just a 14 foul, so it would be out of bounds underneath for the Owls.
So Mayo to inbound. Waiting on the third official on the sideline, and good to go now. Quick 3 from Mayo off the right side. Epler grabs it before it heads out of bounds. Dribbling out of trouble and able to get it to Hankerson. Monsaw now up ahead. Wallace, 18-footer, rattles in.
So Wallace in a double figured with 11, joining Epler, Montesaw, and Thomas. Martin also sitting on 9.
Mayo spins, puts up a shot, it's no good. Rebound for Thomas. Up ahead, it's Montesaw. Oh, blocked from behind by Hoyle.
Hoyle plays hard all the way through, doesn't give up on the play. Gets the block.
It's Hoyle's second block of the night. Ball through the hands of Montesaw.
I think she took her eyes off of it briefly.
Wildcats lead 81-62. Wildcats are in the bonus. Still 2:54 left in this one. Big cut to the basket by Elix. And she's able to convert as Thomas couldn't get there in time. Elix trying to get a hand on that one. Instead, goes through to Montesaw, who takes it herself.
Montesaw now with 28, 2 off her career high.
Oh, Montesaw's down, though. I think she's
maybe a
cramping up on that left calf. Elix knocks down a 3. Yeah, she's got a bad cramp right now, so we'll take a short injury timeout here. 2:19 left. Wildcats up 83-67. Montsall will get off the floor and will actually keep it here.
Warren Wilson's going to call a timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it with him. It is a full, so we'll be back in just about a minute. All right, back here, 83-67, 2:19 left. Wildcats inbounding on their own baseline.
Cats hanging on to a 83-67 lead, just trying to run this one out. Good passing by the Wildcats. Martin, a three off the glass, no good. Rebound for Foster. Up ahead to Caldwell. Gets around. And it'll be a blocking foul on Martin. Trying to draw the charge, but she didn't stand her ground. She moved that right foot. That'll be the fifth on Martin. So on senior night, Shannon Martin will foul out.
So
as she finishes the night with 9 points to go along with 3 rebounds and 1 steal.
The Wildcats are going to be forced to get Montasol back in the game, who's still favoring that leg a little bit.
Caldwell knocks down that free throw.
She's in the double figures now with 13 points.
And now it's 83-69.
So 14 points, still just under 2 minutes left. Wildcats need to be smart here.
Montasol, good. Man. Montasol playing through that cramp on the left calf. And a Caldwell shot no good. Kept alive by Foster. Good heads up play, knocking it off the leg of Wallace. 1:36 on the clock. Shot clock at 18. Elix to inbound on the baseline. Epler guarding the pass.
Owl's got to go quick here. Don't have a lot of time. Find the first available shot, really.
Through the hands of Elix. Really high pass from Hoyle. I thought Hoyle might have taken the shot at the free throw line.
She had that opening. Passed it up looking for a better shot, I guess.
Now Owl's got to go for a steal here. Wildcats quickly get it ahead. Montsall in the corner, works it back around. Inside Wallace, quick turnaround jumper. That one out of bounds. 1:20 left on the clock. 85-69 lead for Johnson Wales. Helix picks up her dribble, and it's Wallace getting the steal and a tripping foul on Hoyle. We'll walk it to the other end for 2 free throws.
Good anticipation there by Justice. She stepped in front of that pass. Hoyle kind of got her feet tangled up with Justice after she made the steal. First foul on Hoyle.
That's just the first foul on Hoyle.
She plays so hard, you would think she picked up more fouls, but
exactly.
You know, that's just the first.
So Wallace knocks down the first. That puts Wallace at 12 points on the night.
We still think she may have committed one that they called on
True.
on McCoy there.
It would have been interesting to see if McCoy would have stayed in, how this game might have ended.
And if the Owls hadn't gotten off to such a terrible start from the field, only 7 points in that first quarter, 1 field goal made.
Under a minute left, foul called underneath. It'll be on Epler, as Mayo will be back at the free throw line. It's Epler's 4th.
So Epler and Hankerson all on the court with 4, or both on the court with 4. Wildcats did finish off a game with 4 earlier this season in a win on the road at Pfeiffer, believe it or not. Played about the last 90 seconds with 4 players.
So this one's still 55.1 left. That one rattles home for Mayo. Still a 15-point game, 55 seconds left. Wildcats trying to run this one out here, close it out on home court on senior night as Thomas collects on the other end. Up ahead, Caldwell. Hankerson stands her ground. Epler grabs the board. Outlet ahead to Montesal. Leaks out ahead and takes the lay-in. Hacked by Mayo. 34.3 left on the clock. Montesal's giving it everything she's got here tonight.
She definitely will sleep well after this one. Get some fluids in her, and
Montesal with 30 on the night already.
hopefully she doesn't have an early class in the morning.
And that one rattles out. Hoyle fell down. 2 Wildcats there for the rebound. Travel called on Hankerson.
Hankerson tried to step through, but picked up the pivot foot. Shot clock's off, 29.2 left.
Let it roll up to Elix. Picks it up with 27 seconds. Puts a 3 up, and it's good.
So that free throw going through really did kind of change the tone of things for Elix. Yep. It was a little too late, but she picked up her scoring after that.
Wildcats can just run out the clock if they can get free. Epler gets free underneath. Thomas now with it, gives it up, but it's out of bounds. So Warren Wilson will have it with 6 seconds left on the clock.
Elix gonna finish with 14, joining Caldwell. As Caldwell knocks this one down.
And no, she doesn't. Hankerson will grab the final rebound on senior night. Wildcats move to 10-11 on the season, and Warren Wilson will fall to 8-11. Again, stick around for the men's basketball matchup between these two teams. We'll be back on the air in about 10 minutes. Wildcats take this one 88-74. We'll be back here on the air for men's basketball in just about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.